Good afternoon guys, welcome to WOW revision of AS16. In 10 minutes we are going to crisply cover what is there in AS16 and what are the type of questions that we are going to solve. Okay, quickly if you see AS16, what does AS16 talk about guys? Borrowing cost, and borrowing cost colloquially we can think it as interest, but it is not just interest, it includes even some other elements in borrowing cost. Now if you see, this standard has only about 5 to 6 concepts that can come in exam. Beyond this, not possible. So always any topic that you see, you have to see if you have covered all this concept. In this standard, there are two important definitions. What is definition of borrowing cost and what is definition of qualifying asset? So what is the crux of this standard if you see, before I go to the definition and quickly revise? The crux is, if you incur borrowing cost which is incurred for a qualifying asset, you can go ahead and capitalize. Sir, what is the logic, sir? How can I capitalize interest? The interest should be debited to P&L. For you to construct a building, you take bricks, you will incur electricity, water expense, labor expense, cement expense, all that is capitalized. So if you can capitalize all those direct expense necessary for construction of building, I am telling you, I took loan for the purpose of building only, so that interest I will capitalize. Sir, still I don't get the logic, sir. What is the logic over here? Look at this. If you take a particular P&L account, guys, over here if you see, and if I take a balance sheet, if there is land and building, for that land and building, you will charge depreciation. We charge depreciation, guys. Now, why are you capitalizing an asset in the first place and not debiting it fully to P&L? The logic is, an asset gives you benefit for multiple years, 10 years, 20 years. So what you spend on the asset should be amortized over the life. That amortization only is nothing but depreciation. So generally for every asset, over its useful life, you depreciate the value so that the costs are evenly distributed. Sir, why are we doing that? Because from land and building, whatever benefits you get is also coming evenly over the life of the asset, correct? So matching concept for an asset, income and expense is apportioned over useful life. Now, if I take interest, if I take borrowing cost interest, if I debit this fully to P&L, this interest is used to construct what? Land and building. Now this land and building might take 3 years to get ready, and after 3 years only you will start getting the benefits in the credit side of P&L. But interest 100% if you debit P&L now, matching concept which we studied in school is taking a hit. You are accounting for an expense now when its corresponding income is deferred by 3 years. Are you getting it, guys? The true logic behind AS16, why do we capitalize borrowing cost? This they won't ask in exam. In exam, all they will ask is, are you incurring interest? Interest is nothing but borrowing cost. It's a much bigger definition, we will go there. If borrowing cost is incurred, not for simply for any loan, that borrowing cost should be incurred for construction of a qualifying asset. If you incur for a qualifying asset, you can go ahead and capitalize. So if you look at the mind map of the standard, two definitions you have to learn, because the standard fully talks about, can you capitalize, can you not capitalize, guys? So borrowing cost, you can capitalize if it's incurred for a qualifying asset. That is step 1 of the standard. Step 1 is to check, is it borrowing cost? Yes. Is it incurred for qualifying asset? Yes. Any of this is no, bye bye, the standard is not applicable. Go and debit to P&L. If it's not a borrowing cost, the standard is not applicable. Not for qualifying asset, standard is not applicable. The minute both becomes yes, next to what you should do, sir, I have to capitalize. I can't capitalize forever, correct? So when should I start the capitalization process? When I should end the capitalization process? That's starting the capitalization. Sir, what do you mean, sir? Loan may be taken today, but the loan I would have used only after 3 years. Or loan is taken today, construction started after 9 months. When do I start capitalization? You have general and specific condition. Always whenever you start exam, you start 2 p.m. 1:45. So when do I start capitalization? You have to satisfy all the general and specific condition. General there are 2 conditions, specific there are 3 conditions. When all 5 are satisfied, I am again repeating, when all 5, books will tell whichever is later. No. When all 5 are satisfied, you will start, and then when you will end the capitalization, we have a concept called cessation. Meanwhile, this is start and end. During start and end, there can be pauses, correct? That is called suspension of capitalization, guys. And lastly, for capitalizing, if I have multiple loans with multiple interest rate, we compute something called weighted average cost of capital for capitalization. That's it. Questions can come from only all of this. If I go to the material, quickly I will just run through the points so that the whole revision of the standard overview is done for you. First I told you what is borrowing cost. You need to know the definition of borrowing cost. Interest, you will teach me, I don't have to teach you guys. What is commitment charges? Not the relationship commitment, not that, guys. Commitment charges, na, let's say sometimes you take credit card with 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs limit. Sometimes they will put some yearly charges, or if you take 1000 crores loan, but I'm withdrawing only 5 crores, and the commitment charges some 0.5 processing charges is called commitment charges. Are you following, guys? Bank has committed to give you 1000 crores loan, but I'm taking only 100 crores now. Rest I will take next year. But still they are committed to give you a deal is signed. That is commitment charges. Next, the amortization of premium or discounting charges. Discount on issue of debenture, discount on issue of shares not there, premium on redemption of debentures, all that also is considered as borrowing cost. Amortization of ancillary cost related to borrowing, loan processing, all that will come here. When we go to AS 19, you will see finance charge in a finance lease, that also will be part of borrowing cost case. So if examiner wants, he can test the AS 11, AS 16, AS 19 together, okay, or 16 and 19 together can be tested. Last, exchange difference on foreign currency borrowing to the extent attributable to interest. Don't worry, this when we are doing the sum, I will explain with the sum. We will have a sum for this, but to put it in simple, when you take foreign loans, that if the forex difference changes, now for just to give you a quick glance on that, since we are covering all concepts quickly, if I take $10,000 loan when the rate is 80, next year the rate is becoming, let's say next year rate is 85, 2 things will increase for me. Principal also is increasing because of this, interest also is increasing because of this. Are you following? So they are saying we want to consider only not the principal component, not the interest, we want to consider the increase to the extent of attributable towards interest. Are you following, guys? Don't worry, this of course you won't understand what I'm explaining now. If you understood now, you are lying to me, guys. When we do the sum with numbers, we will be able to connect. Unless you already know this, you will not understand in this 2-minute explanation. Are you following, guys? Rest you would have understood. Next, the definition of qualifying asset, most important in the standard, because in exam they will give you truck, this, that, whether I should consider as qualifying asset or not, you will get confused sometime. In sums we will see in detail, but here qualifying asset means an asset, keywords, which necessarily takes substantial period of time to get ready for intended use or sale. Simple. To bake a cake, anybody baking a cake, it will take them 1 hour. Proper cake for you to bake, put in the microwave 1 hour, ago the whole process. Can you bake a cake from start with all the raw materials, egg, everything? Can you bake in 5 minutes? That's cake illa. Okay, fine. So that means to do cake it takes 1 hour. To do CA, can I finish CA in 1 year, guys? Sir, no sir, 4 years hai patla. So to do CA for a normal human being, 4 to 6 years it takes, which is accepted. So what they are trying to say, for doing that task, it has to take so much time. For me to teach advanced accounting regular, nobody can teach you the full advanced accounting within less than 150 hours. Okay, are you the full concepts covered? 150 hours is needed. Are you getting it, guys? To construct a building, apartment, you need 1 to 2 years. I can't construct in 1 day. So that's what they're saying, which necessarily takes substantial period of time. If you buy a car, it doesn't take that much time. Today I will place the order. If car is available in 1-2 months, I will give. So it's not taking substantial period of time. Substantial period of time is not equal to 12 months. It's deemed to be close to 12, but it depends case to case. So what is qualifying asset? Qualifying asset means an asset which necessarily takes substantial period of time to get ready for intended use or sale. Very important definition. Are you following, guys? Okay. Next, I told you. So with this, if you see, we are done with what is borrowing cost, what is qualifying asset. Now conditions to capitalize, 5 conditions I told you. What are the 5 conditions? First are 2 general conditions there in every standard. The same condition, copy paste is there in AS 10 also. There should be future economic benefits, cost should be reliably, sir, I'm constructing building, it's costing me 10 crores, cost is measured. Is there a future economic benefits? Yes, that building I'll give on rent and get some money. So future economic benefits, cost is reliably measured. These 2 are conditions of AS 10 borrowed in AS 16. Why? Here also you are capitalizing. So if you are capitalizing, I have to go back to the base standard, which is AS 10. Are you all following us loudly? Hello. I know we just post lunch, but this is the time you have to be very fresh, guys. Recording fellows, and here if you are watching 2 to 5, you can't be tired. Main exam is what? 2 to 5, guys. So 2 to 5 you have to be very active. Okay, not night 2 to 5. Morning. Okay. Specific conditions. These 3 are specific to AS 16. Borrowing cost should be incurred. That means accrual. You should have incurred the borrowing cost. Okay. Second, expenditure should be incurred. Sir, I took the loan. What I did? Nothing. Money is there in bank account. You can't capitalize. You should have taken the loan and you should have purchased materials like bricks, electricity, you have given connection, water, or tractor you should have taken on, not tractor, JCB you should take it on rent. Are you following, guys? So first is borrowing cost should be incurred. That means loan taken, interest accrued to books. First, interest accrue ayirukonu books le. Second, expenditure should be incurred. That means I should have spent, I should have purchased bricks. By just taking loan and purchasing bricks, I can't capitalize. I should start the work. I purchased bricks and kept 6 months. I didn't start the work because astrologer told wait for 6 months to do the puja. Then that 6 months you can't capitalize. There should be activity on the qualifying asset. Any kind of activity, physical, na actual construction, technical, some site testing, administrative activity also should take place. Doing some measurements, all of that. Only if all these 3, in simple, these 3 points are now very important. In old syllabus they were not testing. MCQ I'm seeing these questions, guys. So basically what is these 3? What they're trying to say is borrowing cost should be, you should have taken the loan, that loan should have been spent, and loan spending mattu not enough. Activity of construction also should start. Only when these 5 are done, you can start the capitalization. When I will end the capitalization, very simple, I will end the capitalization when the asset is substantially ready for use. Substantially ready is very important. Don't expect anything to be 100% ready. You are never 100% ready for exam. Then you will keep postponing. Sir, 100% syllabus, 100% control. No. Substantially ready, sir. I know 80-90% of syllabus confidently. Only when you target 100, you will reach at 80. So let's say apartment, 100 floors they are constructing. 80 floors done. For those 80 floors, you can stop the capitalization. Remaining 20, you can continue to capitalize. Are you following, guys? That's what they are saying. If there are multiple assets, then check this for each asset separately. Cessation of capitalization, very simple. I will stop when the asset is substantially ready. Sir, in my house, in bathroom, one knob is pending, sir. One light is pending, one switch alone pending. Rest of the house ready. I will still continue to capitalize. No. Asset is substantially ready. Have you moved into the house? Yes. Are you able to live there? Living condition? Yes. I will stop the capitalization. Are you following, guys? Clear? Then suspension of borrowing cost. Very simple. What they are saying over here, in life, problems are there. Some you can control. Some you can't control. The problems in your life that you can control, sir, my result, my studies, that's in whose hand? That's in your hand. So if you don't do that well, you will be punished. But few things in life you cannot control. Sir, exam paper difficulty eppadi irukum, I don't know. Worrying about how exam paper difficulty will be, it will be. How will the correction be? How much ever you worry, what's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen. So same logic here. They are saying, when the work is stopped, if it is because of my control, because of my mistake or something I can do to resume the work, then you will be punished. Look at this. Avoidable suspension. For you and the worker some fight happened, so he stopped working. Or you stopped giving him tea biscuit, so he stopped doing construction. Then borrowing cost should not be capitalized. Are you getting it, guys? Unavoidable suspension. Flood came, earthquake came, COVID came. I can't do anything. I want to resume construction, but flood is there. I can't resume. In this case, capitalization will continue. Are you following, guys? Borrowing cost should be capitalized. Are you following, guys? So suspension during that period depends on suspension, avoidable or unavoidable. We will proceed accordingly. Are you getting it, guys? Lastly, measurement of borrowing cost. Specific borrowing. Specific borrowing now, for this project, I specifically took this loan. In the project loan, I have taken 10 lakhs at 12%. Then straight away you will apply that. Are you getting it, guys? Parents gave you 500 rupees to go to movie and watch. Let's go to movie and watch, let's say PVR, whatever. Okay. Now, apart from that, you already had 2000 rupees. This 500 is specifically given for movie, so you will first spend that. Then only you will take your savings. So specific borrowing, you take specific rate. For general borrowing, already I have multiple borrowings. Then you will take weighted average cost of borrowing. That we will see in the sum how to compute weighted average, but it's very simple, guys. There is no rocket science there. Denominator will be total loan, numerator will be total interest. That's it. Sir, I have 25 loans in the business. Adani, he's taken 30 loans. No problem. Denominator will be total outstanding principal. I am repeating, denominator will be total outstanding principal for the year. Numerator will be total interest accrued during the year. Divide both into 100. You will find what? Borrowing. Weighted average cost of borrowing, technical term, fancy term, FM, we will derive it. Here, accounts, how to compute interest. Total interest, numerator divided by total loan given in question. That's it. Are you following? Sometimes excess money we will invest somewhere. Like that in borrowings here, if excess money is invested and if you earn interest, that income will be reduced from the borrowing cost and balance only will be capitalized. Are you following, guys? Clear? Understanding? That's it. These are the core concepts in the standard, guys. So when we do questions also, we will ensure that we cover one question covering definition of borrowing cost, one covering qualifying asset or a definition, very much will cover. We will definitely have questions in MCQ and normal covering these 5 conditions, and suspension level bring one question, cessation level bring one question, weighted average cost of capital only, one proper numerical sum manda in the standard, it's going to be this only. Are you following, guys? With that, the standard is easy, 5 marks we can easily score in exam. Following, guys? That's it. We have spent AS 16, 17 minutes we have spent. That's it. Quick revision. Done. We will proceed to the sums. Yeah. Any doubts, guys, in this? No? Okay.